Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Deb Sofield, and you're listening to my weekly podcast series called Encouragement for Your Life. Most of you know I'm a national speaker, trainer, and coach. I like to say I help people find their voice and learn to use it. I'm also a conference speaker on the topics of public speaking, presentation skills, how to deal with the media, and crisis communication. I've got a number of other presentations on my website if you'd like to check those out. If your organization has an upcoming conference and you need a keynote speaker, I hope you'll reach out at debsofield.com. I would love to be a part. I've got a number of great books on the market. My best-selling book, Speak Without Fear. My book, Perfecting Your Platform. Both of those are on Amazon and Audible if you like to listen to books. And my series, Encouragement for Your Life, which is a compilation of these podcasts, they're available on Amazon, volumes 1 through 3. Just go into Amazon, type in my name, Deb Sofield. All my books will appear. I've got another great show for you today, and it's something that I saw recently, and I thought to myself, that will make a great show. And my headline is, it doesn't matter what others are doing. Friend, it matters what you are doing. All right, I'm Deb Sofield. Thanks for joining me. Stay tuned. I'll come right back after the break. All right, so I saw this poster a while back. It doesn't matter what others are doing. It matters what you are doing. And it hit me as such an obvious comment that I almost laughed out loud at the simple message. Then, as life would have it, I did a double take. And I had to admit that I waste plenty of time wondering, questioning, thinking about what others are doing with their time and talent, when I need to focus on what I should be doing. It's not like our work is going to get done magically without us. No, we've got to make it happen, whether we feel like it or not. I'm sure my parents told me a version of this quote when I was young and was belly aching about all the things they allowed my brothers to do that I was not allowed to do. And I vaguely remember being told to mind my own business, get my own work done, and not to worry about what the boys got to do. Fact is, they got to do a lot of cool things, like stay up late, drive fast cars, go to ball games, go to the beach, drive motorcycles, hang with friends, and do stupid stuff. I was not allowed to join them because occasionally, more often than not, they did stupid stuff. And my parents didn't want me to be killed. Now, they didn't want my brothers to be killed either, but boys will be boys, and they did seem to bounce back fine after each accident. Although it didn't seem fair at the time, in the grand scheme of the universe, it really didn't matter what they were doing as long as they were safe. But it did matter what I was doing, because I had to answer for my actions. So I have to ask, how about you? Are you wasting time wondering about what others are doing, where they're going, or who they're going with? If so, my friends, just chill, because it doesn't really matter what others are doing. All that matters in this world is what you are doing. So I have to ask, what are you doing? I hope you're keeping up with your New Year's resolutions if you made them. Remember, you promised that you were going to eat right, exercise, and get rest. Oh, you forgot about that, didn't you? Those pesky resolutions are really hard to keep. Do you remember that you talked about saving a little bit of money for your rainy day fund? And this year, you were going to actually schedule a vacation on the calendar with your friends or family. And don't you remember the promise you made to yourself to live life more abundantly and have fun? Or how about the commitment to attend worship services regularly, or your kid's ball game, or a dance recital? And remember the idea that you had to invite your friends to dinner, just once in a while? Or the promise to help your parents with a project at the house? Remember, the elderly need your help. Yep, it is hard to keep promises to ourselves as well as others, especially when you waste all your time thinking about what others are doing instead of what you committed to doing. Now listen, I don't want this message this week to be such a scold or a downer. But I do want to remind you of a humble yet powerful truth that has the power to change your life. And it's this: it doesn't matter what others are doing. It matters what you are doing. And the reason it matters is that when you make a promise to yourself and do not keep it, you tear a bit of the fabric of your life. And then one day the tear becomes a rip or a hole. And then if you're not careful, The whole allows everything to fall through, leaving nothing behind. Now listen, I'm not trying to be dramatic, but the truth is that once you allow yourself to lie to yourself, you begin to lie about yourself. And that causes damage, not only for you, but also for everyone who is in your circle. We often look at others with a bit of jealousy. From the outside, it seems that a lot of our friends, even those we don't like, have the life we'd like to have. I've written about jealousy, and frankly, it's an unpleasant topic that has no redemptive value, except to remind you to stop looking and wishing at what others have and what others are doing. It's not your life or your life's calling, so stop coveting what others have. I know, big word, coveting. We don't use it very much anymore, do we? Remember, you're wasting time being jealous of what others have, which has no bearing on them at all. They most likely don't know, and they don't care that you're watching and wishing as they go about their lives doing the things they want to do. And you? All you're doing is wasting valuable time by not doing the things you're supposed to be doing. So I read a book by a guy named Mark Batterson, and one of the books I read was a reminder that if you want to survive and thrive, then you need to be prepared when opportunity roars. And you and I need to stop wasting time watching what everyone else is doing and get working on what we've set out to do. Our dreams, our abilities, our ambitions need to be dusted off, polished, and then put out there to shine. The plans I have written, the list I have made, the business cards I have pulled out to make calls, the magazine specs for ads I should be running, the travel plans I am working towards, and everything else on my list. If I want to do those things, then I need to get going and stop wasting time reading comments of political arguments on Facebook or scrolling through my Twitter/X feed. However, I'm as guilty as the next person of wasting time watching and wondering what others are doing and then not getting my work done. Hey, listen, it's not rocket science for me to know that I've got to work on my plans to make my calls, create the copy, map out the trip. But listen, it's so much easier to think about doing it than getting it done. Whether it's avoidance or forestalling, the end's the same. Nothing gets done unless I get to work. And the simple truth is, it doesn't matter what others are doing. It matters what I'm doing. It matters what you're doing. So I love to read, and I read a lot of books on life, encouragement, and success. And frankly, they all say the same thing about working the plans we have made. Hey, it's easy to read a book or listen to a podcast and think about next steps until we look at a blank computer screen and think, what now? Well, for me, my what now is to do the work that I've committed to doing along with the other 26 letters of the English alphabet. Whether I feel like it or not, whether it's writing a new speech on public speaking skills, creating a media plan, or simply developing a sales training program to help my clients' team succeed in the marketplace. My work's cut out for me. I've just got to do it. Hey, and the same's true for you. Whatever skill you bring to the table, you need to kick it into gear so you can achieve the things you've been dreaming about, talking about, and planning for. And listen, it's not going to happen until you stop wasting time watching what others are doing and get to work on what you need to do to win in the marketplace. I know that in business, we all need to break sometimes to refresh our creative spirit. But don't allow that time of revitalization to be wasted by trolling your friends and enemies online. Stop attending networking events where no one needs your skills or services. Those folks aren't in attendance. They're just there for the free food. And for goodness sakes, stop wasting your time with busyness that yields nothing of value. Get to work. Your greatest discontent will be watching others climb the ladder of success because they did the work while you played solitaire online, attended events that wasted time, and refiled your filing drawer. Now is the time to make your life happen. Now is the time to put yourself out there to take the plunge for success that you, my friend, have been talking about for years. Now's the time to make something of yourself that you will be proud of. And here's the truth. Even if it doesn't work out, really, if it doesn't work out, at least you made the try. And now you know what not to do next time. Failure is just a word in most cases. Don't let one stone in the road throw you off track. Remember, you can rebuild anything if your dream is big enough. And that simple formula for your success is a radical realization that in the end, it doesn't matter what others are doing. It matters what you are doing. So seriously, think about what you're doing. And if it's not what you want to do, then figure out how to get where you want to go. It's been said, you're never too old, never too bad, never too late, never too sick to start from scratch once again. And I love the quote from John Elliott who said, as soon as anyone starts telling you to be realistic, and I put that in quotes, cross that person off your invitation list. This is not the time to be realistic. This is the time to make something happen. And it will only happen when you finally realize it doesn't matter what others are doing. It matters what you're doing. So come on, people, do something great. Why? Because you can, and you know how. You just gotta get to work. All right, I know, tough love, and you're probably a little tired of tough love, but here's the deal. I have too many amazing people not doing what they're supposed to be doing because they love to look around and comment on what everybody else is doing. Listen, it's not going to come to you by osmosis. You're going to have to go to work. And those of you that are like, well, I'm retired, there's still plenty for you to do. Just get going. And here's my promise. I will walk alongside you so we can get things done, things that you will be proud of, things that others will be proud of by watching you achieve success. Because it doesn't matter what others are doing. It matters what you're doing. And I want you to do rock star amazing things to make our world a better place. Hey, I'm going to walk alongside you until we get there together. All right, friends, thanks for joining me today. You've been listening to Deb Sofield's Encouragement for Your Life. Join me again next week. I've got another great show lined up. Take care, everybody.